These are the ball earth proofs, what a percentage of humanity considers proofs for the spinning ball earth with curved water spinning at 1000 miles per hour, 3D computer graphics on computer video game and movies. And it's just how a percentage of humanity feels about this. So I just want to show you more of the ball earth proofs, and of course each person is entitled to use their own human intelligence to assess the situation. When you ask for proof of the globe, you usually get these type of answers and pictures and photos. You have this comparison between the reality of the real world on the left and 3D computer graphics of studios, movies and video games and CGI on the right. It depends on each person what they feel about the reality of the real world. Again, this one is, as you can see on the left, the reality of the real world, and then on the right, 3D computer graphics, CGI, movies and video games made in studios. And this one is pictures taken from the reality of the real world at different heights, sea level and also horizon level, where the plane travels, and above plane level. More to see. This is awesome. It's a picture is worth more than 1,000 words. So sometimes the thing that is holding you back is all in your head. I see that horse or donkey. You can easily move that plastic chair because the donkey and the horse is much stronger. Yet the donkey and the horse stays in place because the donkey or the horse thinks that they cannot move because they're tied to the plastic chair. They don't make a difference between a plastic chair or a huge mountain, right? Denialism is the psychology of human behavior. So you're not spinning around on a ball. There is no curvature to our Earth. There are no upside down people or ships or buildings or whatever. This is ridiculous when you see the ship like that. And water will always find its level. Denialism is a person's choice to deny reality, to deny reality of the real world as a way to avoid a psychologically uncomfortable truth, because people feel uncomfortable of the truth. With the truth makes people uncomfortable. This is why people get upset when their beliefs are challenged. It's called cognitive dissonance. It's scientific, it's proven. A mental conflict occurs when beliefs are contradicted by new information. This conflict activates areas of the brain involved in personal identity and emotional response to threats. The brain's alarms go off when a person feels threatened on a deeply personal and emotional level, causing them to shut down and disregard any rational real-world reality evidence that contradicts what they previously regarded as truth. So people regard truths according to their own beliefs, but when you give them the reality of the real world, they hate that truth and they shut themselves down, and then they yell and scream at you. So this is why people get upset when you challenge what they hold most closely. It's called cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is a state of having inconsistent thoughts or beliefs. The mind is very powerful. When you're introduced with a new idea or concept, even though it may seem logical, the mind has trouble letting the old ideas go. So even though the old ideas are fabricated fantasies, people prefer to stick to the old ideas of fabricated fantasies, spinning ball earth with curved water, rather than accepting the reality of the real world. Yes, we are all in prison, and we are born in a prison. These are the four people you will meet in life. So the people who try to free the slaves, the slave masters, the people who have no idea they're slaves, and the people who like being slaves. If you've seen the Matrix movie, it's a good comparison. So there's actually people who love to be slaves, and that's a good, this person that plays the character in the Matrix movie plays it very well. And also the people who have no idea they're slaves, right? Because that's the whole thing about waking up. You must unlearn what you have learned. So heliocentrism, heliocentrism says there's the curvature, but you can't see it. There's a spin, but you can't feel it. There is space, but you cannot go to it. and there's a force, but you can't measure it. In reality, thousands of years of perfected illusionary tactics have led you to believe you are a gorilla, because they say we come from the monkeys and the gorillas, sticking to a 1,200 mile per hour spinning, tilting, whirling, oblate spheroid, right? The ultimate illusion of programming. Remember, we were children in school, primary school and kindergarten, when we were first lied to. And it's going to be impossible for some adults to let it go, because that's the whole point. You know, when you go to kindergarten and you're in primary school, you are being fed the globe spinning in space with curved water. Even though on the globes, when you buy them from the shops, it says for decoration purposes only. For decoration, not even for education, for decoration. Okay, so it's like the belief of clinging to an imaginary indoctrinated ball Earth with curved water attached to the surface of the sphere, and the willingness to defend that prison planet, which is not a planet if it's a sphere, and and the whole thing that comes with it. So before you make fun of children for believing in Santa Claus, remember that there are adults, and a lot of them, who still believe they are living on a spinning ball in space with curved water on the exterior of a sphere, spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. Santa Claus doesn't exist, and children yell and scream and they start crying. We've seen it over and over again. 20 years later, when the child is an adult, you say the globe doesn't exist, and it happens the same as when they were kids with Santa Claus. Let's see. So all over the internet, let's not read that because it's too much for people. This one is with, it's like the spinning ball with curved water makes you believe that. Let's see, if the earth is flat, where's the edge? If the earth is a ball, where's the curve? Why should they lie about the shape of the earth? So let's see, hide free energy, hide the creator, actually the Elohim. Hide your spirituality, hide more land, hide more resources, hide scientific knowledge, hide what's in Antarctica, vibes of cosmos, hide that you're at the center of the universe. Actually, not really in the center, but we are important in the sense of like the life itself. Vibes of cosmos explains a lot more. And it's those things that make sense when you think logically. The thing is, if you don't have a globe, look at this. No globe means no rotation, no orbit, not heliocentric. So no Big Bang Theory, no Darwinism or evolution, no missing link, not random. Intelligent design. There are creators. Elohim is plural, and people think for themselves. So if they said the earth was flat, what would your questions be? Where is the edge? What's on the other side? Is there a barrier? What's it look like? What's it made out of? Can we see it? How old is it? Who made it? To avoid answering these questions, they simply eliminated them. Because if you say it's a sphere, then these questions disappear. By making it a ball spinning in space with curved water, they created a prison without any walls. People get terrified, because you say, well, there's like limits, right? The Antarctica Treaty and stuff. So yeah, we have these things here. This is I've read it before. We have free energy. We have the creators, the resources and lands, knowledge, the firmament. Hide reality. It's all about the money, right? Money and power and control. Flat Earth destroys these myths: Big Bang, evolution, heliocentrism, relativity, gravity, space-time, outer space, NASA. It's no longer a question if the globe would fall, but when, right? So these are the Big Bang theory, which is just CGI computer graphics, the theory of evolution, which is just a story, and Isaac Newton theory of gravity. There is no such thing as gravity, it's just density. And the heliocentric theory is just CGI computer graphics. We live in a theory tale, right? I prefer the reality of the real world. So this is the whole thing, right? Let's finish the video with with this. I like this, because this should make people understand a bit more. It's always good to compare the reality of the real world and what's fantasy computer CGI graphics made in studios for video games and movies and fantasies and stories. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video.